Nimbus Maps. So this video really is all about data and technology within the space of property. And I think Nimbus Maps have done a pretty good job in bringing all this information that the developers or investors need to fund the next property deal. I've been using this now for a little bit, and what I like to do right now is to show you some of the things I've been doing with it. So let's go. Okay, so I am now logged into Nimbus Maps. Um, so far, like I said, I have been using that for a little bit, and the way I've been using Nimbus Maps is to really identify specific sites for development, so that I can start sending a few campaigns to potential sellers. Um, Now, this site can identify companies that are currently selling or just normal landlords um, that may not necessarily want to sell now, but they would in the future. So Nimbus Maps have a number of, they call it overlays or strategies that you can potentially identify. Now you can find a lot more information about the strategies that they offer. For myself, I have been working on strategy number 2, airspace above flats. Basically, what that means is adding new floors to existing blocks without any planning applications. However, you do need to use permitted development rights to carry out the works. Now, this has been implemented recently in 2020. Then I've also been working on airspace above houses here. So basically, it's similar to that one, but what that does is you can build on top of existing houses using permitted development rights. Okay. And then lastly, the third strategy that I have been working on is really shop and uppers, converting existing upper floors from commercial to residential space. As you know, in the UK, we are lacking on residential um, properties. So by converting unused spaces, unused commercial space, we can add a lot of value by just converting that. So, okay, so I'm going to show you how to look for those opportunities. All right, so let me go into the overlays section, and I'm going to, I mean, there is a number of overlays here. For example, if you want to see the different councils, right, and you want to drill down, you want to start working in Southwark Council here or Lambeth, so that's a cool overlay to use. So you know exactly what you are. Then you have another overlay if you want to look at any existing application for a specific area. Then you have a definition of what the color codes are. The application size very high. Residential application are red, and anything in blue are commercial application. Now, if you want to avoid some of the conservation areas, because there is a lot of restrictions in some of the location whereby you may need to apply for any work to be done on the property, but there's a lot more obstacles that you may encounter by working in a conservation area. So this is just showing you, where those areas are. Now you have other overlays, such as flood map, listed breedings. I think you have one with a list of HMOs, but this is a beta version apparently. So this will show you where all the HMOs are within the location. So anything in red here is showing you all the current HMOs. So if I were to click on one of them here, then it will show me the address and the name, and then any information that you require. You can get the title information, or just go into the external website. Okay, so let's start using an overlay to search for a space above a block of flat. So if I go into overlay, and first of all, I want to avoid conservation area, and then I want to search for a space above flats, but I don't mind having this overlay on as well, and shop and uppers. Okay, then what I'm going to do is to focus in an area. So let's say Brooklyn, Southeast London. Let's see what we'll get there. All right, so automatically Nimbus Maps has taken me on the high street or close to a station, where he thinks it's the most important location for this type of search. So as you can see, there is a number of colorful overlay. Now the red ones here are the airspace above a block of flats overlay, and you can see a number here telling you the predicted profits for this particular unit. So let's say I click on this one here. As you can see, it's telling me that this is highlighting the strategy 2 overlay, which is airspace above a flat. It's giving me the address, the date it was first sold in terms of one of the flat, and also the important figure here is showing me the price per square footage and the predicted profits if I were to carry out this development. Although this is a predicted figure, it's really important to do your own due diligence as well. Never just rely on one source of data. Speak to your builder, speak to your team, and try and narrow it down. Okay, so I've got this now. So I want to find out why Nimbus thinks is a good opportunity. So what I would do is bring this little yellow man here. Look at the surrounding area. Okay, you have a few houses here, got space here, but we're looking at this here. Okay, right? Yeah, they look like flats. Okay, so I see that this block of flat does not have any traditional roof like this house here. So according to the permitted development, a developer should be able to add a couple stories on top of this building here, and so why the predicted profits so you can create more space for people to come and live here. Obviously you can't go too crazy. There's some rules to adhere to, which I'm not going to go over in this video. Then if I were happy with this site, if I were to work on this site, after doing more diligence, I would click on this again. I actually want to add it to my workflow pipeline. Okay, so I will click on the title number. Of course, I would want to find out the owner of this block of flat, so I could take this number, go into land registry, and then search for the landlord, or I could just here, as you can see, this is the actual owner of the block. They've had it since 1995, and this is the address. I can reach them, so I would add this into my workflow. So this would be a space above some flats, batch number 3, so I will add it here, add the full address. Alright, and then just do that, and then just add some notes, and that will be added to my workflow, so I can do some more due diligence. Yeah, so that's a quick overview of this airspace above flats workflow, and it will be the same for the other strategies such as airspace above houses and shop on uppers. So I hope this give you a quick this was a quick overview of what you can do, and there is a lot more functionality that you could use, but if you go into this website here, nimbusmap.co.uk, there is a lot more tutorials and demos that you can attend to learn more about this application. So yeah, so happy hunting. Take care.